legt die Hausfrau nachts die Kette vor. Im Korridor steh ich davor, mit der Pfeile ohne Eile keck, weil ich sie weg, da liegt der Dreck.
Guten Abend, Ermittler und Ermittlerinnen, und willkommen zu unserem video podcast Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. Our scenario is The Devil Eats Flies. It was written by David Larkin, Mike Mason, and Lynn Hardy, and it's part of a collection entitled Berlin, the Wicked City. It's available from Drive-Thru RPG. Our game master is Keith Craig, and this is episode 8. Tonight, I will give the recap as Dr. Hans Vogelscheuche. So, without any further delay, lass uns in die Dunkelheit reisen. My dearest Hilda, it has been 9 years since I last heard your laughter, saw your happy face. I hope you can see that I'm doing well, that I miss you very much. I came here, because it was too painful for me to continue living in Leipzig, where everything reminded me of you. I think of you now because another young woman has passed in a very similar manner. So young, so full of life, full of dreams that have come to such an abrupt end. She was a lot like you. I've gotten involved in magic. Probably something that I should not have been involved in. I read a book a number of times. Something written a long time ago. It contains secrets that I cannot repeat. I have deceived my friends who think that I'm helping them to learn things from its pages, but at night, when they sleep, I studied and isolated the things that they should not know, things that would probably rob them of their minds. I'm especially concerned for Otto. He's had terrible shocks, and the knowledge in these pages would harm him. I keep giving him unimportant things to translate. My God. The things that I know now, I used to hope and pray that you were up there watching, waiting for me, but now my real hope is that you no longer bother watching what happens to me. Go on, enjoy the afterlife, if there is one. I might not be joining you for a very long time. There are dark things moving in the shadows. I don't know what they want. Power, maybe. Control. I met this fellow, Albin Grau. He seems to be all wrapped up in the magic. A member of the Brotherhood of Saturn, or so they call themselves. I suspect that it might be him who sent me the little doll with the Hebrew written on it. Something from the Book of Revelations, I think. There are children dying, portents of the end of the world. We are going to a meeting of these brothers. I want to hear what they have to say. Maybe they can tell me, maybe they will explain things to me. There's nothing ordinary in the world any longer. I learned from the pages of the old book how to brew a liquid that will allow me to walk in the dreamlands and remember what I see. I've been there. I was looking to maybe find you. But the dead are not there, not all of them anyway. I miss you so much. I want you to know that everything I have done, everything that I do, is now to protect my friends from this darkness, to shield them. She is coming. The Whore of Babylon, Lilith, Ishtar, Artemis, the goddess of the moon. Everyone will suffer, but mostly the children. I must find something I can do.
All right, very good. So you guys were all gathered in Hans's apartment, and he had received a mysterious phone call telling him that the moon goddess was here, and then she had hung up on him.
Did you recognize the voice, Hans?
It sounded like a female, correct?
Yes, it was definitely female.
It sounded like a woman. See, I don't know what woman it could be. I don't have any lady friends at the moment. The closest I would have is you, Astrid. It wasn't you, obviously. Nor would it have been that Anita Berber.
That is my question.
Did she have any kind of accent?
I don't know. Did she? German?
Yep, she sounded German.
She had absolutely no accent whatsoever because, sounded
Right.
just like me.
Yeah.
But the fact that she was a woman is now making me think, because, that was a very feminine handwriting on the note. Who is this woman who is involved, and what does it have to do with Lilith and the doll? We need to find this Balthazar, the doll maker, find out why. We need to talk to the Brotherhood of the Saturn, too. I'm at a loss. I don't know.
My first thought was that perhaps this is a member of that group that is reaching out to us, but the fact that they're called the Brotherhood kind of presupposes that there aren't women in that group, but could be wrong.
I guess I assumed that it would be somebody that I've met. Otherwise, how does she know who I am?
Well, I was looking forward to the meeting of this Brotherhood before we went to the bookshop uninvited. And now that I understand that there's a Grau who is a Gregorius, and this Brotherhood has the ability to attack marks at a distance, I don't think that it is so safe for us to go into the belly of this beast, yeah?
I'm still not so convinced of that, but I want to go. I've already told him you don't have to go. Perhaps I offered earlier to become the one who becomes the infiltrator of the organization. I think I can bluff my way through the nonsense of magic.
Well, that's what I was thinking. How dark was it when we were at the bookshop? I mean, did they get a good look at all of us? And which ones of us did they get a good look at? You guys think?
You're not sure. Definitely not you, because you were the first one out, because you passed your stealth roll. So
Okay. So
maybe
potentially,
yeah.
You were. Did any of you look back, or did you all just run? Maybe you just saw your backsides.
Yeah, I did. They did not see any faces, and Max was not attacked on the front, but the back.
right.
And that I don't think was physical touch.
Maybe they just thought they were attacking robbers.
Right. I'm still not sure if it's the best idea, but yeah, we could do that, Hans. A couple of us could go in with you. Maybe 2 or 3, I would say. I wouldn't want you to go in alone.
I mean, you could come and just say, you're interested in watching, but then at the end you could all go, oh, I'm just not that interested, and you go, and I stay.
Yeah.
Astrid, none of the literature you picked up said anything about a gender to the membership, yeah? They could just be using fraternity in a general sense.
Yes, likely. I don't know, with a name like Brotherhood.
I mean, when I was on the fronts, we call them, men at arms, but the, some of the Czechs and Russians, they had female fighters.
Mhm.
So,
At any rate, if Astrid, I would say you should not go because I think it is not safe. I also think Astrid telling you not to go because it is not safe is a fool's errand. But perhaps if you wish to accompany Dr. Hans, then we'll discover whether women are welcome. And that might be an answer to whether a phone call can come from a member of this fraternity, yeah?
Mhm. Yes, we have kind of set it up so that there are two different, I guess, forms of our group that haven't been seen in certain circumstances. So
Yeah,
it
and
might
Herr
make sense for
Grau,
me to go.
Herr Grau certainly knows that we all know each other, but that doesn't mean that we are ourselves a fraternity, yeah, that makes all decisions together.
Right.
Mhm. No, I'm very willing to go. I can also, see if I can dig up any dirt on this Balthazar fellow and see if we can get in touch with him. But that could also be something for the other group to look into.
Yeah, and in the accounting book, is there an address for this Balthazar?
There is. It is. I just had it. Rosenthaler Strauss, number 39.
Yeah, I wouldn't be against, since I don't think we all need to sleep here on Hans's floor. Maybe if we go by this mannequin work in the night and see what it looks like before we visit tomorrow as a professional call, right? If anyone feels like a night stroll, I look out the window to see if the fog is still the same.
It is.
Yeah.
Do you
Maybe
think
we-
tonight is a good night to go out?
I don't like the way it looks, I have to say. Maybe
What
if
do
we
you wanna
borrow
be
a
able to
torch,
s-
though.
What would you be able to see in the fog anyway?
Well, it's not, 15 feet. Well, I can't tell how from here.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
And if you take a torch with you, you turn on the torch and it's just going to make a white wall in front of you when it hits the fog.
Yeah, the fog's about 5 foot, of about 5 foot. So if you're most of you should be, yeah. able to
Yeah,
see.
the signage would be above that, certainly. And to see what sort of street it's on and if it's still there. We have a lot of mysterious fires and things. Anyway, I don't think I need to sleep yet. We can have some cognac, so.
And Keith, the next meeting for the Brotherhood is in 3 days.
It was in 2 days when you
2 days.
visited, so that is tomorrow night then.
So it's actually tomorrow night. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So I assume Hans has some cognac for you to enjoy.
Oh,
or
yeah. Yeah.
imbibes. And I don't know if you remember, you had taken another book from that shop, written in Latin.
Yeah, the Latin book.
Mhm.
Have you not looked at this yet, Hans? We have it in the satchel.
I don't even remember what it was.
You have not looked at it.
I've been distracted. Let's take a look at it.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, wait,
All
I
right.
know. This is the one that you took. Yeah, okay.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Hans, give me a Latin roll because it's handwritten, and this will determine how long it takes you to read it.
I got a 51 out of 66.
All right. So it'll take you about an hour to read it while the others maybe sip and chat. It is a notes from the what's called the Apocryphon of John. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Which is
Apocryphon of John.
Apocryphon of John is it is notes from that, which was about the goddess Burbelo. who, according to the Gnosticism, was one of the three deities. There was the All-Father, Jesus Christ, and Burbalo. And Burbalo was the androgynous bride of God, who is the true mother of Christ. And there's notes in there of a spell to contact her.
Oh, very strange.
This Burbalo sounds like quite a bears some striking similarities to this other entity that we seem to be in touch with.
Yeah, this is an interesting. I don't think I've ever read any of the Gnostic works.
This was an early Christian sect. It was a little bit in the head, yeah?
Yeah, except this is written in Latin, which is a bit
So it's
unusual.
a translation from much later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what it looks like is like probably whoever was writing this was taking notes in Latin as he was reading.
Right. I don't know. There's no date on when it was written, but it's obviously an apocryphal text. Whether it was ever truly accepted, it's interesting. So we got a Burbalo.
My question is, and still remains, why is someone trying to contact this entity? What do they gain? What is this similar to Herr Grossman's deal that he made with this entity to exact revenge from beyond the grave upon his victims?
Also,
continue what
these
he
gentlemen
started?
don't seem like the kind of people who are trying to exact revenge. They probably, like so many groups like them, they want power and wealth. They want to ask magic. They want to ask God for magical wishes to make them more powerful.
Mm-hmm.
we have a common theme in the stealing of life force, right? So the victims of the butcher, he continued even after death, and when you dispelled him, he said he felt betrayed, yeah, or tricked, that he didn't get that he was promised. And these homunculus mannequin dolls with something inside them. And the text we have read so far, there's the theme that is consistent is that some people take life from others.
So immortality, maybe?
And maybe power in that of one kind or another, yeah. I'm glad the phone is not on again. I can't tell, did you feel like the voice who called you was warning you or threatening you?
You know, it's the same with the message on the package. Is it a warning, or is it you know, she's going to get you? A threat.
Fear.
I don't know. Both of them could be kind of interpreted both ways. Mm-hmm. And why send me this little voodoo doll with such a warning? And what did it say on it? What was the inscription in Hebrew? Annette?
The one in Hebrew, Amet.
It
Yeah,
says, truth.
Truth, yeah.
Truth. That seems to me so much like the Brotherhood of the Saturn. You know,
in Hebrew.
Well,
that's what's interesting to me. Hebrew.
It's because these kind of groups, they think that, you know, that you draw a circle on the ground and you put certain magical letters in it, and you can summon. Oh, we know that's kind of true, don't we?
It's hard to tell the quack stuff from the stuff that is.
Yeah,
you know.
And I think that so much of it is because it looks cool, you know. So I just don't know.
So this text, this apocrypha, it has a way to contact Burbalo. It describes a method.
Yeah, what method does it describe? Does it give us?
The notes that you see, it talks about having to it perform sex magic of some kind, and then that it would chanting and having some weird metal device that you would
Insert.
dance around.
It's ritualistic sex magic, I think. I'm not sure what this word right here is. I don't know.
So maybe this ritual begins 2 nights ago. It's a concert.
Maybe this also is just nonsense again. They just found an old book written in Latin and they think it's magic.
They keep it in the back room, though. They don't sell it to the fool in front for 8 shillings.
Well, right.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't. It looks so cool. He said, you remember? Oh, was I there? When he said they keep the good stuff. I guess I wasn't there.
They keep the good stuff in the back. No, that
Yeah.
yeah.
Something is going. I don't know. Something's going on. We just need to go. We need to go farther in to find out. We got the meeting tomorrow.
Unfortunately,
Let's go.
you're
Let's go
correct,
sneak.
Doctor.
Let's go sneak out and see if he can find the doll maker. Even in the fog, if he gets there, if he can sneak up and look in the window. There's no
I
fog.
don't sleep so many hours anyway, so.
All right. So you guys want to head out to the Jewish section of town?
Yeah, and I'm going to bring the doll with me. It didn't knock on the glass.
No, it did not. It's just been standing exactly how you said it in there.
All right, I put her in my pocket so she can walk.
Hans, do you think there's someplace safe you can put the Latin book? Maybe if they don't have the instructions, they can't bring the Whore of Babylon back, but they plan to.
Yeah, I got a safe because sometimes we have medication we don't want people to steal. So I put it in the safe with the different mysteries and lock it.
The opiates, laudanum and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Well,
Oh yeah.
For people.
the dangerous ones. Painkillers like heroin.
That's fine. Okay, so you guys head out. Is all 5 of you going?
Yeah, sure. Astrid will come.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Oh, when-
what could possibly go wrong?
That's
Exactly.
Right. When Max and Otto are together, it's Max that suffers. All right, so you guys head out, and the wind is just relentlessly blowing down the streets and all. But the fog, oddly enough, is not rolling with it. Just almost kind of hanging out.
That's weird.
But yeah, but the fog does come in layers. So just outside of Hans's door is maybe at 5 feet, and then you go out later, and it gets down to your ankles.
Is it cold?
It is not. Nope.
Like a
Yeah, it doesn't
Okay.
feel wet like when you walk through a fog, and I get spots on my glasses if I do it. So
very strange, very strange. All right.
so it take. Oh, yes, sir.
I was just gonna say, so that's we're heading there.
Yeah. All right. Yep. So it takes you about if walking there, it takes you about 30 minutes to walk there to get over to the Jewish section. As you're nearing by it, you do see a recruitment poster for the brown shirts. They say they're going to help organize some law and order and help Germany rise again. Of course, but don't see any pamphlets out as it is nighttime. So unfortunately, you can't join. As you head into the Jewish district, you do see some Eastern European Jews moving around. The street is quite busy, but they're happily talking, and all the fog here does seem to be much less than it was in where you were at.
Okay. But what time is it?
I will say probably 10.
Okay. I- do we know where we're going?
Yes, you did have an address. Rosenthaler Strasse 39.
That's right. So that's where we want to go. Maybe we just knock and ask. I don't know.
It takes no problem to find it. There is a shop. It is in the. There is a sign hanging up there. Is a whistling in the breeze as it kind of goes back and forth. On the sign is the doll maker symbol and the word repeated twice, once in Roman and again in Hebrew letters of Belshazzar.
Looks like we're at the right place.
What do we got to lose?
Are there lights on through the windows?
There are not.
And we say doll maker sign. This is a traditional image of some that we all recognize.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And there's no window display showing some pretty dolls in dresses or nothing.
If you look inside, yeah, there probably are some dolls.
Okay.
In the
It's
window
dark,
display.
but there's a little display. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll knock in eBay. Knock, knock, knock.
You stand there for a while, but it becomes obvious that there's no answer.
Okay. I'll look for the nearest person in the street walking by.
Okay. Yep.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Yeah, we're looking for Balthazar, the doll maker. Do you know if he's here? He's not answering the door. Is he asleep or is he away somewhere?
No, I haven't seen him since 2 nights ago, when he had some company over. But but who knows? Maybe he went to go see the down to the Gustav, the bar. There was some sort of incident down there a couple nights ago, and people keep going by and checking it out. They say some sort of riot happened. Yeah.
Thank you. Maybe we go take a look for him there.
Oh yes. Well, I want to go. I want to see if she's still there.
Could you describe what Balthazar looks like, or maybe point him out to us if he's there?
Oh yeah, no problem. I doubt he'll be there. He's got to be 100 years old, but
he's very old.
But he could have went down there to check it out. I don't know.
All right.
He's always been a strange man.
But if you don't mind us walking with you.
Oh, come on. He's like going, so what brings you to our little hamlet in the city?
Well, my niece received a doll as a gift, and it was damaged, and I want to see if the doll maker could repair it.
Ah, understood. Oh, the gust of wind almost blew my hat off.
That's quite strong tonight.
It's quite awful. You mentioned something, my good man, about a woman at this bar. What happened? What was the incident?
Well, from what I understand, a black-skinned lady, much darker than you, ma'am, showed up completely nude. Just walks in, and just the whole place turns upside down. I had a friend that was there. He said that she was the most beautiful person he'd ever seen. I mean, not often you see a beautiful woman walking around nude. I mean, except for Miss Berber, but not anymore, sadly.
Yeah, this is quite strange. Is this a common? This isn't a common occurrence. This is not the red light district, I imagine.
Oh no, good values here.
Keith, is this in the Jewish sector that we're going to a bar in the Jewish sector?
Yep. All right, so it's a couple blocks down. But he brings you to the Hunde Gustav. as he approaches, he's like, "Look, the door! They still haven't fixed it." And the door is actually hanging. The top hinge is broken off, and the bottom hinge is just kind of hanging open. But there are lights on, and you can hear like music coming from inside of it. He's like, "Well,
Let's go take a look.
oh, come on, come." So he goes on in, unless you guys want to get ahead of him.
No, we'll
I
let
will
him go
bring up
first.
the rear, I think.
All right. So he goes in. The stairs actually go down, and this is built about half a level underground. As you come in, there are chairs and tables are overturned. There are several men and women lying about. Many of them seem like they've been drunk or exhausted themselves through fornication. A few others sit around puffing on cigarettes, and one, a Cameroonian, he looks up and he goes, "Bar's closed. Keep moving."
I'm gonna talk to him in Bantu
Okay.
and say, "Excuse me, sir. I'm wondering what happened here."
He goes, "She's not here. She's already left. She came here and something happened. Everyone just was enthralled and went with her to the Gross Shop house, or they stayed here and just drank themselves until they couldn't pass out. Then they wake up and drink again."
My goodness. So these people have just been in this stupor for days now?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well,
Ask him when she left, assuming she has translated this to us.
when did this person, or when did this woman leave?
It was, let's see here. It was 2 days ago. Would
Yeah.
have been. Yep.
How long was she here for?
Or 1 day
Or how
ago.
long was
Sorry.
she?
Sorry,
Yeah.
1 day
How,
ago.
how long was she in the bar?
Oh, she was only here for about 30 minutes. But I mean, not to insult you, but you pale in comparison to her.
Yeah, someone else was mentioning this obsidian woman to us. You didn't recognize her at all?
No, I would have remembered her.
And can I ask, how were you affected by this? Were you affected by when this woman came in?
Well, I mean, I'm not attracted to women, so I mean,
I see.
She was beautiful, but
Yeah,
I could
yeah.
appreciate that. But I was not affected as most of the others
I
were.
understand.
Did she call herself by a name?
She didn't say anything.
Did she dance?
She did. She did dance some. She danced around. She would caress people's faces.
And you said they left with her to another location.
Yes, the Gross Schauspielhaus. It's a theater.
Gross Schauspielhaus.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a large theater. So
Theater.
she's getting a larger and larger group. Yeah, I think I can find this with no trouble, and I think we have little time.
When you mention that, when you say that out loud, one of the women in there gets up and she comes walking over to you, and she puts her finger right in your chest, Otto, and she's like going, "If you know what's good for you, you'll keep your nose out of this."
Yes, I have met the dark lady before, my friend. I cannot keep away from it.
Well, then I pity your soul.
Yeah, as do I, and good luck with yours.
Excuse me, who are you? I say to the woman.
I am Bainel. I was one of the. She kind of puts her head down. She's like, I supplied some of the life force.
It's a life force. Are you?
She looks back up.
I kind of try to isolate her, at least from other people, except for our people.
Mhm.
I'm like, are you talking about magic?
Yeah, they said they needed it. They said they said that the prostitutes were best able to collect this elixir.
Who told you this?
The Baron, the Baron. He created us.
Baron von Kleist?
No, I don't know that person.
Baron.
Do you know the name of this baron?
I do. It is. I blinked out here. Okay, where is he at? Is Baron Graun. Not Grau. Graun. Graun. Baron Graun.
Baron Graun.
Mhm.
And does he have a group of gentlemen that are performing some sort of magic? Because they needed you.
Yes.
Keith, could I make a history roll to see if I know who this person is?
Sure.
Okay.
Actually, a cult roll would probably be more
Oh, a
appropriate.
cult. Yeah, I don't have a cult, so
Okay.
I'll hold off then.
Yeah.
Baron Ground.
Yep.
Well, I'm sorry that this man hired you for some nefarious purpose. Are you okay?
Yes, he didn't hire us. He made us.
Oh.
What do you mean he made you?
She pulls her hair back and turns her head, and on the back you see the same symbol that was on that little doll there.
Sanity roll.
Yes, sanity roll.
For all of us?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, I passed.
Only
Yeah.
1 point if you pass.
I failed with a 70.
I passed.
1 point. 1d6 if you fail.
2.
When I see this and I pull back, I reach into my jacket and I pull out my doll and I show it to her.
She's like going. She's like, that's one of the vessels that we stored the. Where did you get this?
It was sent to me.
Oh. Sounds like. This maybe there is hope. Sounds like not all have fallen under her control.
I can tell you, my poor clay woman, that she can be resisted, although it is painful. I lift my cane and show her the handle, but not in a threatening way. And I ask her if she still can shatter like porcelain.
Yes.
And would that be a relief to you?
I don't know. I mean, I don't believe that I have an afterlife, and so if I'm destroyed, do I just stop or do I continue existing in pieces?
That's the questions that humans have been asking themselves forever. It might be that we just stop too. We don't know.
Like, but maybe it will. I can soon. I will join her at the theater.
Well, we are going there ourselves if you are done here.
Yes.
Perhaps we can end this.
I have had the goddess inside me and it was not easy for it to leave, but I have been free for years of her influence. Maybe it's the same as possible for you.
Possibly. Well,
Yeah, we should go there. But for a moment, I sort of pull everybody over and I says, could it be that one of these women sent me her doll to tell me that we need to stop them from doing what they're doing? She's like a defector.
I think they have a defector, but I don't think it's a doll. I think that body is that body.
Yeah, but I think this is the thing that makes... There's something stored inside here, remember?
Oh, yeah.
So there is a doll and there is a woman, and they are the same thing. If I destroy the doll, the woman is destroyed.
Yeah, we don't
Maybe
do
vice
that.
versa.
It may be her life essence, whatever that is.
But I think she wants us to rescue her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go to the theater.
Yeah.
But we got to be careful that we're not taken over by the...
Yeah,
all right.
for sure.
Perhaps her strength lies in being coming in unannounced or coming in without any without any prior invitation and kind of shocking people. Perhaps since we're a little bit more mentally prepared, we can resist her.
I think we will at least recognize something, and that will not hurt us. I also think she goes to a small place to get some strength and goes to a bigger place to get more strength. And so we want to stop. Already she's at Schauspiel's house. We don't want her to go to the National Assembly or something larger still and make it a frenzy there that she makes. Our porcelain friend, her name is Belen. I'm sorry.
Benil.
Benil. Hans, does that word sound like anything to you? Benil, some ancient word or something?
What's that I can see? Can I make a roll?
It's just her name.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, not German. That's all I know.
Yeah.
It sounds maybe even Hebrew.
Yeah, it sounds Hebraic or something. Benil, so we are going to the Gross Schauspiel house. Will you join us or you come on your own time?
I will come on my own time.
Yeah. And when you said that this doll that our friend has, that's what you put the life essence into?
Yes.
Did you give one of those to someone?
I gave many of them.
Aha. So that is not the same thing as you. It is just a vessel that you add something to.
Yes.
And the something you add comes from the act of love?
Yes.
But is it semen?
Of course.
This is a fertility goddess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also a huntress. So. And usually fertility goddesses don't kill so many children.
Well, unless they have nothing, except that Artemis is a virgin. The virgin goddess, she's not about, she might be about love in some ways, but not about reproduction.
Some gods in mythology hold both strengths,
genders.
or both, well, yeah, the androgyny, but also represent both sides of the same coin. So she could be a goddess of both reproduction and death.
Yeah.
Love and hate. Well, should we go this evening and go check out the theater?
I think we have not a minute to waste. She's ahead of us.
Mm-hmm.
Consuming souls.
Yeah, but this was yesterday. So is she still going to be at the theater, or are we just going to try and follow her tracks?
Let's try and follow her tracks. But yeah.
I assume she has moved on already, and that's why I want to hurry.
Okay.
Max, did you have something?
I was wondering about the doll that is given when it's given, is it given empty or is it given with the substance already in it?
Is given to us empty, we give it back with the substance in it.
So, Hans, you have been given a doll with something in it. Does that make you susceptible somehow?
I don't know. Maybe she can explain how it works. How does this work?
I don't know.
don't-
That was the mission we were given, was to collect the seminal fluid, put it in here, and give it back to them.
And you say them, so is there the goddess has a group of acolytes? Is it the Baron only, or is
Well, the Baron, and there was a Pacitus with us, and a Gregorius.
Fraternitas Saturni? Yeah. It's interesting that the big meeting is tomorrow. I give the clay woman my card. If there is no exorcism and we survive the next 48 hours and you want me to release you from your current state, you can find me here, I hope.
I will keep your card and decide what I want with that.
All right,
Yes.
let's go forward.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So the theater's about a 30-minute walk from the Jewish section. This is a beautiful building. There are some people leaning up against the theater entrance. They are quite intoxicated. Probably about half of them still have some articles of clothing on, but most are naked and passed out or in the process of collapsing.
All right.
Even in Weimar, this woman leaves a big party in her wake.
Do you think that she was at the thing with Anita Berber?
Not as a question. I mean, she was there in spirit. I also wonder whether she has absorbed Anita Berber, and that is part of what this is,
Maybe.
because of the timing of things. Yeah.
And we won't forget that Grau was there. And if he's one of the ones who helped summon her.
Yeah, I mean, the only two names we have from this fraternity, we know, are present, part of this seaman gathering club that follows a goddess. And this goddess, beauty does not means that she is not something more evil than we can conceive.
I'm wondering too if the thing in the Apocrypha of John could maybe pull her away at a critical moment.
Yeah, also, we have to, if we read more closely, perhaps there's some way that if it says, for example, the rituals that dispelled Grossman said, don't do this or it won't work. Don't do this or it won't work. So maybe we learn how to interrupt from the description of the ritual itself.
Yes, that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
If the notes are good enough, right? Yeah. But all they had said was there have to be 3 and you have to keep going and until the sun comes up, right? So we make sure there aren't 3 or 8 or they can't fill the whole, swimming pool with seed or whatever it is. So do we go inside like we are policemen, or do we sneak in, or wander in like drunks?
I think we just wander in the way we are. Let's see what's going on. And be mindful of the mind, as there's not something strange going on in your head.
Yeah, I feel all right. Gustav, you feel all right?
Max?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel fine.
This
Right.
means probably she is gone already, but at least we are
Yeah.
clear.
All right. We're going on in.
Mm. Slowly,
Oh.
carefully.
Yep. As you open the door, You see more revelers inside. As soon as you come in, one of them starts pouring drinks and offers them up. He's like, and he goes, "Please, please partake."
Hmm.
And Astrid, give me a power roll.
I passed.
As you look around, you see mounds of cocaine, and you're able to fight off the yin to fall back into your habit.
Ride that wave, ride the wave. Yeah.
But this is like the lobby that you're in. The drinks are flowing. There's laughing. A woman comes up to, and we'll roll to see who she comes up to. Of course, she comes up to Hans, and she throws her arms around you and just starts kissing you.
No, ma'am. No, please. Oh, no. I'm not interested. No. We'll find some other young man to go sporting with.
Oh, but I've had so many young men. I want an older gentleman now.
No, I'm sorry. I'm too old. I have a war wound. I'm sorry. I can't help you.
Oh, that's a shame. And she looks around at the other four. Any taker?
No.
No, my dear.
They are homosexuals. They don't want to be with you.
Oh,
Go.
I'll get my friend. He will.
I just want one thing, miss. If I can see the back of your neck there.
Oh, yes. And she pulls it up, and it's just a lovely neck.
That's a very sweet neck you've got, sir. I'm looking for a lady with a very special tattoo. Have a good night, funning. Enjoy.
Oh, very dark woman.
Oh, go on into the theater. She is there.
Arthur, are you okay? Is this the obsidian woman?
I don't. We shall see what we shall see. I think at this time I hate her more than I ever wanted her. I might be in less danger than some, but who knows? If I act as though I betray myself, I welcome violence over submission to that thing. It's no woman. It's no goddess. It's a thing.
Let's go forward.
All right. So as you go forward, who's in the lead?
I'm a little behind.
Yep.
Astrid will go first.
Astrid
Astrid
Yeah,
goes
I'll
first.
go right behind you, Astrid. I'm with
So,
you.
All right.
as you grab the double doors and open it up, more fog kind of pours out. And it's actually moving with a purpose. It heads out and goes right for the exits of the building. The inside, also, as soon as you open it up, the hot, humid air reeks of sweat and sex, with opium smoke also being blown out. The fog does not have a smell at all. As you press on into the main theaters, you see the theater itself is made in the impressionistic cave-like decor. All on the floor, there's a squirming, rutting orgy like a nightmare vision of a Bosch painting. On the stage, there is a an obsidian-skinned woman sitting on a gold embossed throne, completely naked, with one leg hooked over the arm. On her head, she's wearing a gold crown with 10 spikes coming out, and she has a gold goblet in her hand that she occasionally sips from, and she refills from the bloody milk leaking from her breasts. And all of you can make sanity rolls.
I
Uh-oh.
passed.
Oh, 3. I'm stalwart.
Yeah,
19.
19, okay.
Failed that one.
I
All
failed
right.
this one also.
1d4 if you failed, 0 if you passed.
Oh God, there she is. Well,
Okay.
what do we do, gentlemen?
And are all of your characters sexually attracted to females?
Mine is, yeah.
Yeah.
My wife.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Not
If you-
exclusively, but yes.
Not exclusively, okay, yeah, but still, yeah. Give me a power roll if you are.
Oh, I got extreme actually.
Oh, Astrid, man, you're able to
All right.
resist all this crap.
This
Not
time I just
gonna-
got a regular success.
I
Just
got
regular.
I got a hard success.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Max?
got an extreme success.
Okay.
And I failed.
Not
All
twice,
right.
Max. Not twice.
All right, Max and Astrid are able to resist
Oh no!
this being enthralled in it. You needed an extreme.
Oh jeez.
She has an appearance of 200, so she is like just the most beautiful
shit.
thing you've ever
wow.
seen. And unless you got an extreme, you are you almost stare slack jawed at her beauty, and are just like, I would do anything for her.
Max, let's get them out of here. We need to get them out of
Did
here.
Yeah,
did what I did have any effect whatsoever?
Did you get my private message?
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. Oh, no, I
It's
didn't
just
get it.
the censor
Okay.
bar over the rest of us right now.
Yeah.
No, Max and I are gonna try and pull them out because we need to figure out a strategy of what
Yeah.
we're gonna do. So I'm gonna try and pull them out back into the foyer.
Okay.
yeah.
That is no problem because it's not like she hasn't called them, so
Uh,
I mean, they're just one of the hundreds that have just fallen under her spell. So pulling them out.
okay. So what is the plan, gentlemen? What are we going to do to end this threat?
I'm gonna kind of
Uh,
hit him a little bit gently and kind of
What are you doing?
come on,
Obviously, we can.
Gentlemen, pay attention.
what's going on?
Do we come out of it?
With him just gently, no.
Okay.
Well,
Astrid will grab a drink and throw it in their face.
Okay.
uh,
Whoever you we'll say that it got in their eyes and caused some pain,
it
which
burns.
allows
It
them to
burns.
make another power roll.
All right.
ooh, I got a 10.
All
I got a
right.
10.
I got a 10 also.
I still didn't pass. I got a hard, but not a. That's 3 hards in a row. But
Yeah. But that's all you needed to come out of it, but you are still susceptible to her. So if you were to go back in, you still
Right.
feel that pull to her, but you're not.
Oh my God, it's.
We have to leave the building.
She exerts quite a pull. She's beautiful, men, but we need to figure this out. How are we going to end? How are we going to enter? We know where she's at.
Yeah. I'm relieved that we caught up with her. I'm very angry that I cannot look away from her.
She's a powerful being. Do not beat yourself up about this, Otto.
All right.
You have to
so
stay focused.
The obvious thing is that if we just set this place on fire, it only kills a bunch of people. It doesn't hurt her, right?
Right.
She won't be trapped inside, right? We're sure of this? Because if I could just set this place on fire and bury all of them, then it would be done.
I mean, we'd have to trap her in here, and yeah, we'd be taking out a lot of innocents that are just enthralled like we were with her.
But what if she's one of us murdering children?
There's nothing. This thing. Perhaps it feeds on sex, but it loves cruelty, also.
Say, Keith, that martini rifle I've been hiding in my floorboards, that doesn't have a scope, does it?
You could easily acquire one.
Okay. Well,
What if you look at her? You look at her and you're immediately taken over. You shoot all of us instead.
well, no, but we have to. Is it a looking at her, or is it the proximity? 'Cause what if I'm 300 feet away with a rifle?
You know, she didn't even seem to recognize me.
Because
She was inside my very soul, and she looks right past me like nothing.
Oh, I don't have a fucking gun.
Okay, so we go a couple blocks away where the smell is dissipated. Yeah, we have a stiff drink. We go to Hans's house, have coffee. Hans looks at the book, and we discover the way to break this ritual before that golden throne becomes a mile high, and she crushes all of us under her feet. Yeah. That's what I have like a plan. I'm sorry, I can't think.
She can be killed. So what if we kill her? What if she's not even alive? What if she's just a...
She cannot be killed. Maybe just made to look elsewhere.
Let's... I don't know. I'm ashamed that I have seen her face, and I wanted her more than I ever wanted my wife. And I love my wife.
This being overtakes us all. She must be defeated, but we need to figure out a way that we can do that. And right now, I'm not sure we know how to defeat her.
So I was blinded. Hans was blinded. Max, you stayed awake a little?
Yeah, I stayed. I was able to make it through this time. But next time I may not. You don't know.
And
I mean,
Astrid, nothing affects Astrid. She is. Maybe we should check the back of your neck and see maybe you are made of clay also. You are such a tough cookie.
What if we need a hand grenade?
I don't think it's something physical. This is why I want to go back to the book. And so since you two could had some sense of yourself, yeah? Did you see Grau or his little friend?
No, I don't think I saw any of them. There.
No, I was just focused on getting us out of there. I saw the effect that she had on all of you.
Thank you very much.
She certainly created a temple for herself here with all of her worshippers, certainly gaining strength through them, perhaps.
Is she really sitting on a golden throne, or was that part of the vision?
What if this is the nature of all the ancient gods, that they are leeches and they leech the life energy by causing people to worship them? And that's why, otherwise why? If you're actually a god, why would you care about anything? Let's just live in a palace. This thing is using the people. She's sucking the life out of them. And so maybe that's why the children are dying, because they have so much little life. And it's taking it from them. Everyone will suffer, but the children most of all. You have to stop this leech.
Yeah, but I think we would be insane to think we could do it physically. Yeah, I mean, again, my first desire is to make a pile of kerosene around the building and make the block go away.
Yeah, let's go read the book. Maybe there's a way to write a circle on the ground, force her into it, and then send her back to wherever she came from.
There's got to be something in the book. I agree.
You know, there's some way to summon her. Should we attempt to lock everyone in here, or barricade the door somehow so that she can't get out?
I don't know. She doesn't look like she's leaving. She's been here for what, 2 days?
Yeah.
Overnight, and she has equipment. Yeah? I mean, again, I was insane, but she had the crown, right? It's the crown in the Bible.
Yes.
With all the tall horns on.
I should have read my Bible better.
We can do well. I can read the Bible. I can read the Lutheran while you read the Latin. But I want to get far from. I
Yeah,
still
that's right.
feel, and the fog smells now.
You know,
Everything is so.
Hans, in the in the war, they taught us how to dig trenches and set up encampments. But what they were doing is they also told us how they're built and where they're structurally sound, so that we can destroy them, sort of reverse engineer it. Do you think that there's any way you could do that with this summon? Like, do you think if you studied enough, you could take a summon ritual and move the parts around and make it a banishment one?
Maybe. There are banishment rituals. But
Oh, okay.
I tried a little bit of magic, and I don't think it did any good. There is a kind of a blessing, if you will, but I was hoping it would do something, but it's supposed to do something, but maybe this is a different thing. Let's go consult the books. Let's go look.
Scheisse.
Maybe we can go find other books.
Yeah.
Well, it's a dangerous idea, but it turns out we know the back door of this bookstore is broken, and we know that, well, we don't know where they are. We know they've been collecting man seed all night, but they could be back there preparing their own rituals, so never mind.
I'm such a fool. The books that you stole from them, the Apocrypha of John, that is the rituals that they use to call that thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I want to read
yeah.
that and find out how to break it. Yeah.
I don't know why my brain's not working. Yeah, let's go back.
All right.
And there has to be some way that they are resisting her power as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's
I
not the
don't know that
first
there
time.
is. Maybe they are serving her, but she does not consume them because they are serving her as she wishes.
Let's see if we can find more information about this being and how to banish it.
But also why it had something to do with Grau. Not Grau, the making thing von Berlin, the Carl Grossman.
Yeah.
I say again, it's because a different way to eat our souls. Something finds what is inside us tasty.
All right.
All right.
To the Hans cave.
All right. Back to the Hans cave. All right.
You have a few pots of coffee to make, Hans?
Yeah.
Okay.
They have some nice. I just bought an espresso machine.
Nice. All right, so you guys make it back to Han. So we'll say it's probably nearing 1 in the morning.
I take the Latin book and I begin to pour through it.
Okay.
I'll try and assist Dr. Hans as much as possible.
Okay. All right. Give me a combined Latin and occult roll.
Try.
Yeah. I mean, you always try. Maybe.
I failed both of them.
Oh, so now what you get out there is that, what I already told you that, there was notes in there about Burbelo and a summoning.
All right. So it's most we can try this summoning to maybe pull her from there to here, but I don't see anything about.
Then what do we do?
I'm going to go and get.
Is there some way to bind her, maybe? I wonder if that's what this. Go ahead.
I'm just saying I'm going to go get the Vermes Mysteries and see if I can find something in there.
I'm wondering if the Brotherhood has somehow found a way to bind her to their will. Like, is their magic powerful enough to overcome this being?
I don't think that they. I am supposing that their intention is not to bind, but
maybe bargain.
Or to be gifted some immortality or some power. Because I don't think even an arrogant creature like that expects to get anything from an Abezul.
All right.
While these scholars are looking at books, I'm going to read the New Testament because I want to see if there's some indication about, because I know now that the mother of abominations wears the crown. So maybe there is some hint even there in plain German that we can figure out.
All right. And Max, what were you going to do?
I was kind of thinking somewhere along the lines of what Otto was thinking. If there was something maybe, because in the last game, the last thing I said was it kind of sounded something like the plagues of Moses.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe
Okay.
digging around in the Old Testament, perhaps.
Dig through the Bible. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Hans and Astrid were digging through the book of John, and now Hans is digging out the De Vermis Mysterious.
Yeah.
And Gustav?
Is there anything I should do? Anything else I can look into, guys? I'm not the best researcher. Apologies.
I don't
Get
know.
some
Should I
rest.
get rid of the stupid doll? You think?
That's a good question. You know, I didn't quite understand that one. The woman that we ran into, was the substance inside the doll, was that collected from you, Hans? Is that what I understood her to say?
Not unless she's been somehow sneaking in the middle of the night when I was asleep and not waking me up.
No, I think that, I mean, the other thing she said, I think is suggestive, is that there's someone within who is attempting to assist us. And maybe it's because she's only a couple of days old and made it clear that she's not very good at writing notes and making phone calls clear, because we don't know what she wants, right? But it seems like, and this is another thing I hoped to see in the Schauspielhaus, is some idea of a dissident or resisting figure. But how in that crowd of people could anyone tell, even if one was not magnetically
I'm
dedicated?
very upset. I'm very upset to see that somebody came in my window when I was asleep and violated me.
I could have misunderstood, Hans. I didn't mean to make any implication.
All right. The two reading the Bible, you can give me a, we'll say a library use or a cult, whichever one you want.
One is better than the other.
That's what I figured.
Nope, failed that one.
Okay.
59 for 50.
That's 9 luck points.
My luck is at 61 right now. I think I'm willing to become merely mediocre in luck to learn something from this text, and I'm pretty pissed off it's as good as. Shall I spend 9 luck?
Yeah.
I'm asking the invisible God person.
Sure. You will get some information if you.
That's all we can ask for, is a
They
dubious answer like this.
they finger count and said yes, but all right. So digging through the Book of Revelations, where it talks about the whore of Babylon and wearing the crown, you know, it in some of the we'll assume Hans has one of those Bibles that has a lot of endnotes and references and everything.
Annotated, yeah.
Annotated. In one of the endnotes, you find that she is destined to be cast back into the pit from which she crawled.
That sounds a lot like what we did with Carl.
Cast back. So something is doing that to her. So
Yeah, so they have an idea there's a pit she comes from, right? Which might be a physical location or might not be a physical location.
mhm.
And
The
also
neighbors
the
have this
idea,
because they're making noise.
the idea of something of a physical casting, right, is interesting. And not, it might be metaphysical casting, but the same choice. It's like the book tells you to summon. It was summoned and returned into a pit. I wish there was more, but this is a very, this guy was psychedelic when he wrote this book, so.
So the Vermis Mysteries. Am I finding anything other than
No.
what we used on Carl?
No binding or dismissal spells for this.
There must be a way to reverse the spell and send her back. You think something is maybe holding her here, and we need to get rid of it.
And so we
Ishtar's
return.
Gate. Ishtar's Gate.
Ishtar's Gate. Yeah, Astartes. But it's not completely constructed, correct?
Mhm.
Yes, they're still putting it back together. It's need money.
And that's where Berber went and came back a little broken and with a bit of this thing inside her. Yeah, it's very interesting.
It's a priceless piece of history. Do we blow it up? I mean, if it's the world or the history, I say blow it up. But
Yeah.
what if we
Well,
blow it up and that's nothing?
Yeah, it's a speculation. It makes the most sense, I would say. I mean, as much as anything can make sense in this crazy world we find ourselves in.
And this is what we learned from the last four, right? We humans, our idea always is we will blow it up. And years ago, we almost burnt everything down that had Grossman. And I said, I think we might need something that has Grossman out of instinct. And if we had burnt everything down, then there was no way to do the rituals that put Grossman away.
Also,
so I don't think we blow it up. I think we take her there, or something else takes her there.
Because a gate works both ways.
And we do have the doll that was given to Hans, and maybe that is something of hers.
Away.
Maybe she can't finish whatever she's destined to do without that doll because it has some of the life force that she needs. And perhaps we can use that as a tool to draw her attention away.
If we use the doll to draw Grossman, we have a doll to draw the obsidian woman. Yeah, and we draw her to the gate and somehow force her in. Same spell as Grossman?
I think that was very...
With the doll in the middle.
I think that's much too easy, but I think that we do want to discover this gate. I don't think we're going to destroy it. I think it needs to. I think that fiend needs to go back through the gate where it came from. Yeah, but how, I don't know. And I'm afraid that your one little porcelain dolly of man-seed is insufficient. I don't think she needs every one. That's why she's got mannequin prostitutes around the city absorbing human essence. And we don't know if there's other kinds too, right? We met one porcelain prostitute, but maybe they are sucking blood from children and also, every fluid and solid. I mean, it seems like a large project. It seems like it makes Karl Grossman's project of hells small.
Except he uses the sausage und the Balthasar, the doll maker, is conscripted to make the dolls, but he's very old, they said. Maybe he's not able to do it any longer. And there is a finite number of dolls that have been spread around.
Also, he has not been seen since she appeared down the street. I have a fear that Belshazzar, the old man who makes mannequins, is as dead as anything can be, or transformed into something unthinkable.
And I think what I want to do, I don't know how we're going to get there, but if we could get to the place where the gate is, to draw the circle on the floor, to put the doll in the middle, and to follow the ritual as we did before, perhaps when she is drawn into the circle, just like Grossman, she will be transported into hell or back through the gate. Or it might come to nothing and we spend hours and hours, as we did before, chanting. And
Well,
then if that doesn't work,
go ahead.
if that doesn't work, then we try something else, but I don't know what else to try.
Here's one issue. We're past the time when the spell needed to be started, because didn't the spell have to be started at midnight?
We'd have to do it tomorrow.
But there's that meeting tomorrow. I'm wondering if this meeting of the Brotherhood is some sort of final culmination. We don't know that for sure, but
No, I don't know. If I go to the meeting and the rest of you do the ritual, would you be able to? Do you remember all the dance moves? And
I'll have to refresh my memory, but I'm also wondering if we can get more information if we go to the Brotherhood. I don't know if they would let you in.
We might be able to find out if we play along. We might be able to find out what they're up to.
We were invited.
Yeah, there's a question there. If Herr Grau or Fra Gregorius, if he was mocking us or teasing us or inviting us. You know, these evil fucks, they always want some friends in there, right? They always want to feel like a bigger club. It's, it's Wehrmacht or Nazi or a Fraternas. They always want to be the top guys and offer you a place, right, in the top guyness. I don't know, maybe if we show up tomorrow, they'll say, we know you what you know, and you know what we know, and come on, you can live forever and have also fuck dolls for all time. You know, maybe that's what they want us to do, and they will welcome us. Or maybe they will say, you rejected the goddess, or you rejected the goddess, and you hate Astarte, and they'll kill us like pigs. This is why I'm afraid to go to the meeting. It seems to me equally possible that they will greet us with open arms or long knives.
I tell you what, let me go. And I will see what is happening. And I will come back and I am probably the safest one.
The only problem I have with that paragraph is I will come back.
I will come back, yeah.
I don't think this is a thing you can guarantee, Hans.
Well, if I don't come back, I am the one holding everyone back because I'm the oldest and the fattest. So,
but you're also the most knowledgeable, and you're the only one that reads Latin.
And honestly, in what number is like, okay, I am the most left-handed and the one with the most moles, and so it doesn't matter if I die. Like, I think we want as many of us together as we can get.
Dr. Hans, if you want to go, and I feel like we're missing information that we may be able to gain from the Brotherhood. So it's sort of a high-risk, high-reward situation.
Well, I'll tell you this, is if like you say, the knives, then if 3 of us go, 3 of us will die. So I say only me, one, I'll go. I'll only risk one. I'm probably the only one that could bluff my way through whatever magic nonsense they have to say. I might be able to show them a little something with, you know, the knowledge I've gained from this big book. I might make them drop their mouths open, going, "Oh my God, he knows more than we do."
Well, and you know, I'm always up for deception. So, I mean, do you want me to come with, or do you feel like I should stay?
I'm just afraid. If it is, it is risky. It could be dangerous.
And here we are, exactly before we went out into the city, looked at the mannequin shop, the Jewish quarter, then to the ruined bar and the theater. We have the same discussion. We send the old guy and the young woman into the hellhole, and the 3 of us who unlucky fox, maybe we go and burn something down and get killed. We still understand nothing about what we're facing is the difficulty. But perhaps the answer is that the meeting is the only way. Maybe we go, the 5 of us as individuals, right? Everyone can have the flyer. Astrid stole like 80 of them from Berber's apartment. They each come in and say, "Oh, I would like to come in." And we know Herr Grau knows who we are. We know they all know who we are. But we watch and see what they do. What can they do? They bring her out, and then I become a slave again and only hope to die.
I need you to be safe. If you are safe, then I am fine. If you are not safe, then we might fail this whole thing.
Lieber Hans, there is no safety. This is a thing that wants to end our brings the Armageddon.
I'm sure that I can handle myself here. I'm sure of it. I'm not so sure that if you are, you must be here safe to take over if something happens.
How about this? Tomorrow, I'm going to spend all day at the library, and I'm going to research as much as I can about all that we know, and see if we can get any further information before the Brotherhood meeting. And if we still have questions and unanswered issues, then Hans, you go to the Brotherhood meeting, we'll stay behind, and we'll attempt the ritual if you do not come back.
All right.
I have notes. One thing, Hans, all of us actually, a little more cognac, and then we should get some sleep, because tomorrow we have to have some brains in our heads. It's getting foggy late. Hans, I think your job before you leave your home is to write the ritual instructions as clearly as you can.
Yeah.
Nice, sharp, sensitive German.
Yeah. So
we all have something we can retain. Yeah, we can all drink some coffee at the Beobachter and figure it out. Second thing is, I think it's worth figuring out if Herr Belshazzar of the mannequin place is dead. I think he is. If he's dead and that place is abandoned, maybe we learn inside about materials that are used in this mass slavery of what do we even call them? People who aren't humans, or I mean that woman we met seemed
I
like
believe
a person
the word
to
is I believe the word is thrall. Perhaps they're
Yeah.
thralls.
It's a mannequin. It's an homunculus, but a life size. But it seemed like a sympathetic creature. Yeah.
it seemed to have some sort of mind. Yeah.
Yeah. So it expressed dissent, potentially. So I think that's worth looking into. What if we have a little? What if because the old doll maker is dead, we can have a little group of dolls that are on eyesight? Or is it she can't tell? I mean, what's inside the magic workshop? We know how to make the mark and met, yeah?
Yeah. We don't know the Jewish prayers, or they might need to say with them to make them a living column. You have another problem too to think about, and that is, how do we get to the gate? It's not on public display because it's being worked on, but we need to scope that out to see how we break in and get to the gate while nobody's there in the middle of the night. I can do that.
Yeah, in that regard, though, I have. If we get through tomorrow, I have other ideas. They are reconstructing parts of it, I think. So if we replace parts, maybe we make it not the gate it was or something. We can play with this. But I think if we get all the way alive until you see one or two of you are at the meeting tomorrow, then we will know a lot more than we know now.
Keith, do we know who's bankrolling the Gates of Ishtar
The
project?
government. The
government is. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. It's not like a.
They're trying to.
Yeah, they're trying to. Yeah, it shuts down and gets restarted.
And is that being reconstructed at the museum itself, I believe?
Yeah, it's being reconstructed at the.
It's got its own wing.
Pergamon Museum, which is on a little island in the center of Berlin.
Yeah.
Not too far from the Brandenburg Gate.
All right, let's get some sleeps in.
All right. Guys, I'll sleep at Hans's house.
I was planning to go home and have a fresh outfit in the morning.
Yeah, go home.
All right.
If it's not so foggy, etc. And if anyone wants me to walk them home, I'm happy.
Yeah, perhaps we should have a buddy.
I can call a cab for you if you want a cab. Oh, it's very early in the morning. I don't have any more cabs.
Yeah. We'll say you guys make it back to your places of residence and get some sleep. And the next day dawns. It is quite windy. When you do head out, you do see some more police going to various houses, and probably each of you on your journey to wherever you go, you see small body bags coming out of families' homes.
I am going to go take a little time this morning and go visit the hospital.
Okay. All right. Well, Max, what were you going to do first thing that you get up? I'm not going to say first thing in the morning because you went to bed in the morning.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get my back checked out. See if my mother can take a look at my back and see how it's looking. I'll have to make up some excuse about how it got burnt.
Some crazy club.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think I'll spend the morning just kind of getting it fixed up and making it well.
All right. So she does tend to it. She says it looks like it's desiccated flesh. Like it. Yeah. So, but she thinks she can maybe scrub it off. It might hurt, but she thinks she can. Not saying this is the best treatment. It's the mother's treatment.
Yeah. Well, I trust her, so I'll let her do whatever she thinks is necessary.
All right. Give me a Constitution roll.
I passed that.
All right. Yeah. Maybe you had a stick in your mouth. You were able to bite down and not scream out as she scrubbed off the dead flesh. Astrid.
So Astrid's gonna have a little breakfast, and then she's actually just gonna go straight to the library and start just like looking up as much as she can about the Horror of Babylon, Ishtar Gate, any type of magic or rituals associated with like fertility goddesses of the Middle East, like anything like related. She's just gonna like go to the librarian and just like hand over a list and be like, grab everything you can on these topics.
All right, Otto.
I'm gonna drink a little breakfast, and then see a few of the my more trusted, local street folk. I'm curious whether there's a rumor of sickness among children, and if anybody's noticed something about what families are getting sick or what neighborhoods or what the symptoms are like.
Right.
Because I feel like I hear there's some sort of influenza.
Right. And Gustav. He's gonna split the party completely.
I guess I was thinking sorry of asking if Inspector Krieg is free. I'd love to have a quick lunch or brunch and maybe ask him about if there's any reports of weird stuff going on. Maybe look into those bodies and the body bags.
Okay. That one will be easy. The police are overwhelmed with emergency calls of deaths, public drunkenness, and Krieg does not have time to get together. Okay. So at the hospital for Hans.
Yeah, I'm just going to go check in on Dieter and see his condition and make sure everything is functioning okay and everything is ready. And I say to him, Dieter, I might need your assistance soon enough. I hope you understand. Try to understand. And then I leave. I did go check to see if there some more solid reports on what the children are dying of.
They are dying of, they would say, if it wasn't so prevalent, that they were being smothered.
They're being robbed of their breath. It's a fog. All right, thank you. And I'm going to go back to my office.
All right. And Astrid, so you're at the library. Max is getting scrubbed. Good. Okay, give me a library use.
Okay, go on. Yes. That's a hard success.
All right, so digging through all that, it takes you a while because you have to get into some pretty obscure texts and all. But you find that Abaizu, how she's tied to Lilith, essentially she probably is invulnerable in our world, but she becomes vulnerable in her own world, which how you cross over into her world, no one, of course, knows because no one's done it. But that's from some of the scholarly research that people had done on Middle Eastern belief. You also find that Abaizu was also the goddess of miscarriages and deaths of the young.
And then what about Burbalo? Did I get any hits on that?
What level of success did you get? Sorry, I missed it.
Hard.
Okay, yeah.
I got a 20 out of 37 or 20
out
out of 75.
So Burbalo, it just kind of what we talked about before. You do find that there is believed to be a Borberite cult that is active in Germany, but they are very secretive about who they are and their members, and that the one report on it is that their rituals were rather depraved rites that involved the consumption of blood and other bodily fluids, and had various sex magic rituals.
Mm-hmm. And then one other topic, Baron Ground. Are we able to pull up anything on him in the library? No.
You are not.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. And Otto out there talking to your street folk, trying to get some information from them.
That's right.
What were you pursuing again? By the time I got back to you, I kind of.
Missing persons and sick kids is their focus.
Oh yeah, yep. So
I'm looking for a pattern either geographically or socially.
they are socially tends to be the poorer that live on the bottom or the lower floors and have been leaving their windows open because it's warm.
Yeah, some asthma, the sick air. And in terms of people who've gone missing, like it's a funhouse circus of various the Schauspielplatz. It's just anybody who wanders by.
Yep.
There's not a tendency for men of a certain age or people from a certain neighborhood or ethnicity. It's just the kids are dying if they live downstairs.
Yep.
I'm assimilating this because I'm aware of the fog and things. Is there word among people that we should close the windows, or the fog is sickening, or anything?
Not yet. And if you mention it, maybe some of the guys, some of your contacts are like, I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah. Okay. If you see a fog, I'd keep the windows up. It's simply a rumor I'm hearing, but I would keep an eye out. So there's something making a lot more children sick than we know about. So be careful.
Yes.
And I go to the Beerbach to meet my people and drink a lot of coffee.
All right.
Yeah. Cool.
Right, guys, everyone meets back up.
I was thinking something very strange a little bit ago. I read some books on Sumerian deities. And as I recall, there was a female Sumerian deity that was the killer of children. And didn't they put a little statue of, I think it was a demon Pazuzu, with the children to keep the lion goddess from killing their children? I don't know why that came into my head. Like something that I read in mythology a long time ago. I don't know if it has anything to do with this. But we got the little statues, and I don't know.
So what you're saying, Hans, is you didn't go to sleep last night.
I slept a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was just thinking about it as I was coming over here.
I expected after seeing the goddess again to have dreams. It was hard to go to sleep even, because the last time I saw, but I had no dreams. Is that right?
I wish I wasn't so attracted. It makes me shamed. Perhaps, I don't know, wear the sunglasses or something. I don't know. Block the vision.
Yeah, like the ritual, I think it's too much, several things at once to make it so simple.
Okay. Well, we'll wait for the others and then we'll see what we find out.
So Max shows up shortly after that. Maybe wearing a looser shirt, so it's not rubbing as much on his back.
Yeah. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
I let my mother doctor my back this morning.
Oh.
She did her best.
Have a doctor right here.
I know. She means well. She really does.
And then Gustav shows up.
Hey, well, Krieg and the boys and our friends, so to speak, in the police department are rather busy with everything that's been going on. Couldn't really get much out of it, but the city is rife with incidents. Let's just say of many kinds.
The children seem to be suffocating. That is what it looks like. The bodies that have come in.
Yeah, that is the non-medical impression as well, that I get. It's lower. It's generally poorer children in ground floor buildings with open windows. So the gas that we walk through is the fog we walk through is, I think, a gas. Maybe it, yeah.
Or the spirit of this obsidian woman who is going out and strangling our children.
Why does she need both clay whores and magic gas to suck the life out? What is the...
Maybe, like you say, there's more than one thing going on here.
Yeah.
There's too many things. She might have a reason for being here, and the wizards, they might have a reason for summoning her. But there may be another group involved, and another group. Who knows? You've got a lot of mysteries going on here.
And Astrid shows up and she's got her books with her. She's got a couple books and she just kind of recounts a little bit of what she said. But she does say that, she does mention, there is a cult. I can't find any further information about it, but there is a cult dedicated to this goddess. In Germany, yes. And I'm wondering if this cult is, in fact, our brotherhood.
Maybe.
And the idea here is that they've been a bit underground, and now they're using a new name, but the same goddess for a long time. That's how you understand this?
That sounds like a good assumption.
And there's nothing in the library book, of course, about what they intend to do.
No, she is, this entity is most likely also associated with miscarriages and the death of children. So it seems like this entity, whoever it is, seems to be some type of amalgamation of these goddesses of death and decadence
and fertility.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow she is consuming the souls of the children, so she makes the adults have as much sex as possible to make as many children as possible for her to consume. I mean, 9 months, but still, how many people have become pregnant because of what has happened in the last few days?
She will have a permanent source of life.
An endless,
she can convince,
We must destroy this thing.
Mm-hmm.
We must destroy it.
I don't know if we can destroy her, Doctor, but I believe we can send her back. The texts speak of a vulnerability for this type of deity if she's cast back into when she came. I still think our guess about the Ishtar Gate is likely correct. But again, we're going to have to somehow summon her there and then figure out what to do once we get her there.
For informational purposes, since the Ishtar Gate is not here yet, it is in construction. And in between when it was discovered by Germans in the Near East, was it intact? But and we assume it was, right? So it existed, but it was buried or whatever.
Right.
And now it doesn't exist because it's being rebuilt.
Right.
and then will be rebuilt in the future as an intact object.
All the pieces are here in Germany as
Are
spoils of war.
the pieces enough?
Well,
Or
I
do
don't know, but we
complete
don't know
the
how
object?
we don't know how far they've gotten in constructing it either.
Then the waitress comes up and she's like, Dr. Vogelshoik,
Yeah.
I have a phone call for you.
Oh, here we go again. All right.
Let me hear it, Hans.
All right, come. So double earring the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, this is Dr. Vogelshoiker.
She's like, you hear the same familiar female voice. She's like, Dr. Vogelshoiker, my time is growing short. I must meet with you this evening.
Can we meet now? Where are you?
She's like, I will send a car.
All right, yeah, send a car now. We have great stuff to do this evening, so now will be much better.
Okay, yes. I say they will be there. How many will be with you?
I don't know. Two.
Two. Okay. And then she hangs up.
What do you think?
So this is the same voice you've heard.
Yes, it sounds like it. Yeah.
So this is a doll center.
Maybe it's a doll. Maybe the doll send it too.
Yeah, and the note writer. So 3 times now she's writing, and it sounded like a voice I'd never heard before. Yes.
Yeah. But
Just some
something
regular.
It sounds very much the same, but perhaps we need to make a decision now because she's sending a car. I said that 2 people could come with me, or Max and Gustav, or
I'm happy to go.
Yeah, I'm happy to go as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Max.
I said I can stand the corner and see who comes up, what vehicle comes up. And if we recognize anybody, we can stand in shadow. Yeah. It was very hard to stay silent because I wanted so many questions, but his voice wants to tell you nothing and yet expects you to risk your life. It's insane. Okay.
We are flying by the seat of our pants.
All right. So in about 20 minutes, a car does pull up. There's two men in it. Otto and Gustav would recognize that these are part of the underworld crime world, and people that are living the underworld crime. And they get out and they come over and they go, Dr. Vogelshoik?
That is me.
Aye, good. Yes, we were dispatched here to take you and 2 others.
I want to make sure that you will guarantee their safety if they come with me.
Of course.
All right. Gustav, Max.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh,
Yeah.
Gets in first. Gets in the middle.
Danke.
Then they go tearing off there almost at a breakneck speed. Otto and Astrid, what are you going to do while they are gone?
So you say that I recognize these guys as underworld types?
Yeah, right. You didn't know them personally, but
Yeah, they're just, I can recognize a certain.
yeah.
Yeah. So we have now Astrid. We have friends in the dark economy. Did you? I didn't know them, but you saw what kind of guys they are. Anything you noticed?
Yeah, they did not seem like very savory people, but perhaps we can get some answers.
Yeah. Anything about the car that you noticed or anything?
No, I didn't notice anything.
No. Okay. So let's give our friends a couple of hours to see what goes on,
Yes.
And we'll check in its mailbox for a message.
Yes.
Right. All right. So Hans, Max, and Gustav, they take you across town, and they pull up to a rather lovely apartment complex, and they're like going. They kind of look both ways down the street. Like it goes, it's clear. Let's go.
All
And
right.
they head on in. They take you up to up 3 flights of stairs. And they come to a door. They get a key. And they open it up, and you can see inside that the apartment is laid out in a Louis XIV style of decorations with lovely fine French antiques and lots of plush sofas and he kind of puts his hand out and goes, "Please enter."
All right. So,
Okay.
You come when you go in. Standing at the curtain is a petite girl wearing a negligee, stockings, and almost a sheer robe. She turns around, and you estimate her to be 15 or 16 years of age.
all right.
And she looks like a Marlene. You would almost swear that she was a copy of Marlene Dietrich.
Marlene
So,
Dietrich.
yep, there's a very young picture of her.
Yeah.
And everyone can give me a law roll.
I think we know it's illegal for this little girl to be seducing us. Law.
I got a regular pass, which is a 41.
All right. So, Gustav, you recognize that she is what would be called a telephone girl, which was a form of prostitute that would only talk to her clients, arrange meetings on telephone, and they were always done up, sometimes through plastic surgery, to look like celebrities. And by the time they were about 20, they were kind of cast away because they were too old.
Sad.
Yeah. So she walks up to you, and she goes, "Please have a seat."
Of course, Danka.
She gets out a cigarette, puts it into a cigarette holder, and then puts it up to her mouth and looks at you expectantly.
Young
of course.
woman, are you the woman who called me on the phone?
Light it for her.
She goes, "I am. It's a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh. I've heard about you from a client of mine. He said that your group was able to solve a problem that he had 4 years ago."
May I ask who your client is?
I won't see him again, so it'd be no problem. It was a Killinger.
Ah, Mr. Killinger.
Yes, he said that you were quite effective in dealing with things that, let's say, the normal law enforcement would not believe.
Yeah.
Well, good. I must apologize. I've been having to watch you from afar and only sneak messages to you. If I was to be discovered that I was talking to you, then I would be thrown into the trash.
All right. Well, what do you want to tell us?
It's like, he's like, she goes, "Are you familiar with Belshazzar, the doll maker? Have you met him?"
We have not met him. He is not present, but we are familiar with his reputation.
Then you know of his mannequins that he has made to collect Gestolener Blitz, the stolen lightning, the life force of people.
Okay. Yeah, we've heard of these things. Did you not send me one?
I did. Did you open it?
Yeah, I opened it.
Did you open the doll?
I did not open the door.
Oh.
So
It was the it was a collection I got from Manfred himself that I sent to you.
Yeah.
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 He goes, but unfortunately, by me sending you there, I might have doomed us all because I did not give them the ingredients that they needed, and unfortunately, their ritual went wrong.
Tell me more, please.
Yes, they were wanting to. You have heard how Anita Berber has died.
Yeah.
They thought they were convinced that they could make her whole again, and by bringing in a god of Berbelo to restore her to her beauty. Unfortunately, they were wrong. They brought a demon into our world. Whether it was that they didn't have all the necessary ingredients because I did not send them, or that they were fools to start out with, I do not know. But it does not matter anymore because that demon is here. Do you know of who I speak?
It's the obsidian woman.
Yes, Abaizu. She's had a interest in our city for years. Well, she must be stopped. She intends to. She has had a falling out with her goddess, and she intends to please her by sacrificing of our city to her goddess.
Do you know how to stop her?
Says, yes, you must travel to her world with her. That is when she is vulnerable. If you were to try to stop her here, it would be like a ant attacking an elephant.
Am I to understand that Killinger and others, that they were trying to do something good, but what they did was something bad, accidentally.
You are following quite well, although I don't believe Killinger was involved. He was just a client of mine.
He was just a client of yours. Are we talking about the Brotherhood of Saturn?
Of course. Baron Graun, Pacitus, and Gregor.
So they are trying. Would they then be able to offer us some help in figuring out how to drive her back?
Unfortunately, no, they are enthralled with her. If they knew,
do you have any idea where the key of this lies? What do we need?
she goes, do you know where the 7 gates are? They've been brought here?
Oh, the gates of Ishtar.
Yes. Yes, there are 7 gates of Ishtar. They have brought them here. That is where you can pass back to her world if you have drank of her milk.
How are we going to get her milk?
That is something for you to figure out. I was led to believe you were quite effective.
So you're saying that if we drink her milk, then we pass through the gate into her world, or we drag her into her world with us, and then we can do something.
Yes. That is what I've been led to believe.
We have to drag her, or is she in her world and here?
I believe she is completely in our world now.
Damn it. All right.
So we have to get her back through. We have to go through with her.
But there is a mistake that she has made, and she's like, my guest can assist you. Henri, come here. And out of the corner, you see Shatin Hoffman, but he is looks like as a completely shattered man. He comes out, and she comes over to him almost like a mother talking to her child. And she's like, Henri, these are the people I was telling you about. She's like going, he looks at, he goes, I don't know them.
Henri, do you remember me? I am the doctor who tried to help save your wife, Anita.
My wife? My
Anita.
wife?
Anita Berger.
I don't, but I don't remember much, but being here.
Young woman, is he what you would call enthralled?
No, he is. His mind was shattered when his attempt to refresh failed.
So he was part of the Saturn Brotherhood.
He was. Which is why I believe he came here, because when everything went blank for him. But I believe that there is a little essence of Anita left in this goddess, and I hope that her husband will be able to reach that, touch it. I don't know.
All right.
You must be gentle with him.
I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do, but we will go back and we will discuss it with our friends. Or we will him and have it for a few hours, figure it out.
Yes. Henri, please go with them. It is no longer safe here.
Come on, Lee. Your men will drive us back?
Yes.
Okay.
And she calls out, she's like going, Pesh, the kind people are ready to depart now. And the man that escorted you up comes up, and he's like going, he's like, we must hurry.
It's the same place, yeah.
He goes back down in the car. He kind of shoves Henri in there. He's kind of tired of dealing with this childlike man anymore. And the three of you can give me a spot hidden.
Ooh, 15.
Nice.
No, I failed that one.
Oh,
All
shit.
right.
Yeah, I got 5.
5. All right. So as you pull away, you notice that the driver and the other guy with them have tears in their eyes as they kind of glance back at the building and then continue driving. And they're driving much slower now.
Oh, that's all about.
But they will take you back to the Bear Bacta. And as they stop, they're like, gentlemen, you're on your own now.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Dankeschön.
Thank you.
Also, Astrid.
Yes. Oh, Henri, it's so good to see you.
Have we met?
Sit over here.
Oh my God, is he okay?
We have something to tell you.
Okay.
All right.
And I'm
Now,
assuming you'll give me the whole spiel.
give you the whole spiel. They attempted to bring forth somebody to save Anita, and instead they brought forth a demon, Abe-Zul.
All right. And with that, that seems like a good time to stop the end it.
Yeah. Our players included John Dos Passos, David Gassaway, Troy Wheeldryer, Julian Arbon, myself, with Keith Craig as the Keeper of the Secrets. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members. You can set up private games and learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. There's a link below. We're currently producing up to 4 shows a week with music and sound effects added in post-production in order to create a richer listener experience. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. The costs involved with the show are provided almost entirely by our patrons. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. If you'd also like to help support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 or $2 a month helps us a lot. You can find a link in the description below. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Tom Rayleigh, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good game.
Gedeckt, hab ich sie wieder zugedeckt. Da hilft nur aufzustehen und mal was anderes sehen, weil man sonst blind werden kann. So fängt es an. Drum, wenn du Mitleid kennst, mit'm armen Nachtgespenst, dann schließ nicht ab die Tür, nein, öffne sie mir.